Apple's rarely the last big phone company to announce and deliver a phone for the holiday season, but the iPhone 16 Pro Max surely benefits immensely from this modified release timetable. It's little wonder that tops our list of best phones with its great battery life, larger screen, and impressive camera performance, beating out important rivals like the Pixel 9 Pro XL, OnePlus 12, and crucially, the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Knowing what's at stake, there's extra pressure for Samsung to ensure that the Galaxy S25 Ultra succeeds in besting the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Obviously, the Galaxy S25 Ultra has a tough act to follow given how spectacular Apple's flagship has been. There are lots of speculations and leaks that point to bigger advancements for the Galaxy S25 Ultra, but we'll look at what exactly this Android-powered requires in order to enjoy the last laugh over the iPhone 16 Pro Max. It's going to take more than the typical upgrades to supplant the iPhone 16 Pro Max, so we'll break down all we know about the S25 Ultra and describe exactly what Samsung needs to do. Apple made sure to go bigger with the iPhone 16 Pro Max because for a phone that's identical in size to its predecessor, the company managed to fit a slightly larger 6.9-inch display. While a rumor also points to the Galaxy S25 Ultra sporting a 6.9-inch display to match its major rival, Samsung can't afford to come up short in the brightness category. That's because the iPhone 16 Pro Max's peak brightness output of 1,553 nits already outshines the S24 Ultra's mark of 1,363 nits. These figures might not seem like a great gap on paper, but it makes all the difference in making those screens considerably more visible in direct sunshine. If Samsung truly wants to make a statement, it needs to actually beat another phone, the Pixel 9 Pro XL, which delivers an even superior brightness of 2,469 nits in our testing. Rumors say that the Galaxy S24 series will feature a mix of Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 and Exynos 2500 chipsets. Still, chances are that the Galaxy S25 Ultra will only be running on the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4, given how preceding versions have opted for Qualcomm's CPU. So far, early leaked benchmarks indicate that the still unannounced chip's a monster, hitting single and multi-core scores of 3,069 and 9,080, respectively, using Geekbench. Those scores are good, but they need to be better because at the moment, the iPhone 16 Pro Max still produces a superior single-core score. More crucially, the improved power efficiency of Qualcomm's forthcoming silicon could catapult the phones that use it to greater heights when it comes to battery life. There are certainly still plenty of loyal Samsung faithfuls who could still be angry over the company's decision to ditch the previous telephoto camera with 10x optical zoom for a shorter 5x one with the S24 Ultra. But there could be something tasty in store for the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Rumors imply that the S25 Ultra will feature a telephoto camera with variable capabilities, which would seemingly involve fixed focal lengths between 4 to 5x zoom, and then again between 6-7x. The solution would have more of an influence to the S25 Ultra's video recording ability because it would make zooming smoothly across the entire range. All of this may seem sufficient at outdoing the iPhone 16 Pro Max's 12 megapixels telephoto sensor with 5x optical zoom, but we're holding our fingers that Samsung's improved telephoto camera could provide superior results. Apple created a lasting impression on everyone when it unveiled 4K at 120 FPS video recording with the iPhone 16 Pro Max. That allows the phone to shoot at that resolution and frame rate, with videographers choosing later on what parts of the video to slow down. Even though the S24 Ultra provides 8K at 30 FPS recording, which is excellent in its own right, it appears as though there's greater use in filming 4K at higher frame rates. Samsung could at the very least equal Apple with a real 4K 120 FPS capture mode, but as we've seen with Galaxy AI, it can make existing footage much better. We've seen how instant slow-mo helps to apply a slow motion effect to any video, so it could be very well in the realm of possibility for Samsung to effectively offer 4K at 240 FPS by using generative AI to add in frames to an existing 4K at 120 FPS clip, resulting in even slower video capture than what Apple offers. Another new feature Apple added this year with the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max is the editing skills of Audio Mix. Essentially, It harnesses the 4 studio-quality microphones in the iPhone to tune the audio to your preference, like dampening the ambient noise around a person. Again, Samsung could simply rip off this feature, but the company could also make it better by introducing a comparable capability that would also support external microphones. We tried testing this out with the iPhone 16 Pro Max. However, audio mix isn't available when video is produced with an external microphone. If the Galaxy S25 Ultra could include similar functionality, it would have an edge, especially when the phone's filming at a further distance. By allowing external mix, you might have better audio mixing in post with clearer sounds that would not be possible without introducing some distortion to boost voices that are farther away from the phone. Samsung DeX isn't new at all, but the desktop PC-like mode could probably stand for a significant revamp with the S25 Ultra. We've discussed how it provides enormous value to phones like the S24 Ultra and Z Fold 6 by allowing the phones to virtually work like a laptop or desktop PC, but Samsung somehow has to magnify the experience to really sell the S25 Ultra as a viable computer in your pocket. There are a variety of ways that Samsung could swiftly do this, like leaning into using the S Pen more with new movements and perhaps turn it into a useful mouse. Just imagine moving the S Pen in the air to move the pointer in the interface. It's actually in serious need of an upgrade. Without a shadow of a doubt, the S25 Ultra is not merely one of the most anticipated smartphones of 2025, but also one of the 3 or 4 handsets that are likely to rule the flagship sector next year, and possibly the year after. Things couldn't be different, as Samsung is still the go-to brand for millions and millions of consumers out there, tech-savvy or not. I'm a big booster of the Far East companies like Xiaomi, Huawei, Oppo, OnePlus. They build mind-blowing flagships with killer specs, but people en masse choose Samsung. That's the strength of the brand. That being said, I want to point out that while the Galaxy S25 Ultra is likely to be incredibly competent, it's also traveling in the wrong path in a key area. I mean, the phone itself will be speedy, reliable, powerful, and more, but when it comes to its exteriors, it doesn't transport me to Cloud 9. Generally, I don't care that much about a phone's looks, flat or curved screen, ultra-thin bezels or not, wasp waist or a larger frame. It's all irrelevant. What I want from a phone is to be decently quick. By my standards, that implies flagship-level speeds, to give a nice battery life with rapid charging, and to have a superb camera, perhaps 5 superb cameras. Thank you very much. However, with the Galaxy S25 Ultra, I look at things a bit differently. I'm absolutely ready to accept flagship features and flagship performance in a non-flagship body from any other phone. But Samsung's Ultra range, at least its past 3 generations, were beautiful on the outside. That's why I hate to see it go on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. As you already know, the Ultra model in the Galaxy S22, the S23, and of course the S24 families was the distinguishing one. While the vanilla and the plus-sized versions were being lovely, safe, and round, the 3 Ultras were these rectangular, boxy, sharp-edged badass chumps. These were handsets to cut your fingers on, or at least they seemed like that. Now things are very much moving in the opposite direction. As stated out in the aforementioned source, the S25 Ultra is now growing closer and closer to its smaller siblings in terms of appearance. Gone are the sharp, forceful lines and the edges that nearly scream kid-unfriendly. As I've noted previously, Samsung is facing an identity issue, and the Galaxy S25 Ultra is yet another indication of that. The S25 Ultra now resembles something that is heavily inspired by the iPhone. Which iPhone? Well, every damned iPhone in recent years, because the following should be read in caps lock. They're all the same on the outside. Expected to appear early next year, the Galaxy S25 Ultra will come in the customary sleek titanium design and will include sturdy Corning glass. The gadget is anticipated to include a 6.8-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X display with a smooth refresh rate ranging from 1 to 120 Hz. The Galaxy S24 Ultra boasted an outstanding non-reflective display that's certainly one of the nicest things about the phone itself. The S24 Ultra is the first smartphone to have Gorilla Glass armor, a new toughened glass developed primarily to prevent screen reflections. While prior versions of Gorilla Glass have concentrated on boosting drop and scratch resistance, this latest generation dramatically eliminates reflections, giving the screen an almost matte appearance. I expect everything to stay the same on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Under the hood, it's to be powered by Qualcomm's upcoming Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 CPU for powerful performance. One of the most interesting speculated features is the 1-inch 200 megapixels ISO-LED image sensor for the main camera, which could substantially boost low-light shooting and give amazing detail in photographs. However, it seems that no new camera hardware will be added, since current speculations imply otherwise. In addition to camera upgrades, the S25 Ultra is likely to include new AI-powered features to increase image processing, video capabilities, and other non-camera functions. It's kind of strange that once upon a time, when technology wasn't as advanced, we had so many more design possibilities to choose from. Phones came in many shapes, colors, and sizes. There was something for everyone, as you surely remember. We can perform inconceivable things and essentially put the computer, the camera, the video camera, the music player, the GPS navigation, the game console, the book reader, the alarm clock, etc. in a single almighty smartphone. From a distance far enough, or not that far actually, today's smartphones all seem the same though. I'm not talking only about the rectangular candy bar phones. Even the foldables, the future cultural revolution that's already pounding on the door. Yep, even the foldables look pretty much the same. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more tech news. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.